Welcome to another Founder Wisdom Pod. We have Rahul Sreenivasan with us today. He's co-founder at Aarkus Intelligence. We're going to talk about AI agents and AI is going and real use cases of AI today. Rahul's in India, I'm in Mexico, and this podcast is presented to you by podplayer.com. If you want to start your own podcast, go to podplayer.com. Rahul, welcome to the pod. Tell me a bit more about yourself and what you're up to nowadays.
Yeah, thank you, Charles, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Yeah, so we are building. We are at Aarkus Intelligence. We are building AI agents, like you rightly said. But it's not just that, right? So I'll roll it back a bit to tell you about how the journey started. So I've for 9 years I've been in this space, and my journey started off with data. So the first time that I started a job, my designation was called decision scientist. That was literally my uh, post or position. And the art of decision making comes at the core of it lies data, right? So um, fortunately, I have been in and around data for the better part of the decade. Um, and from there started my journey where I saw the impact of sound decision making with data. And fast forward today, nothing works without data. Yeah, if you see the space, not just this space, anything and everything is revolving around data for seamless experiences as well. When you have to go cross platform, data has to be given, right? So nothing that even seemingly free apps like the social media applications, Facebook, Instagram, people think it's free to use, but what you're giving them is your data. So you are the product, right? But yeah, I mean, it's all about data. Uh, the
Right.
blockchain space. So yeah, go on.
But do we actually care of giving them or data? I think most of us don't. The thing is, like, if they do something bad with our data, and most of us trust them, right? Most people run their lives on Facebook. You know, they wouldn't.
Absolutely.
They wouldn't go anywhere without Facebook. They spend like 20% of their days there. So I think the value that they bring to these people is pretty big, don't you think?
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's a very much a personal choice. Some people are okay giving away the seamless experience for rather protecting their data. But like you said, most people spend I'm pretty sure more than 20% of their waking hours on platforms like Facebook. And for them, it's not the data; it's the experience that matters, and they're okay divulging that out. So it's yeah, I'd say that it's a personal choice, but to each his own. Yeah.
Right, right. And how would you monetize that?
So we do not work around that. So where I was getting to was when I got into the crypto and blockchain space almost 5 years ago now. My co-founder and I, we've been working together on this, and just a little bit of a background there again. I've known my co-founder since college days, so we've known each other for near about 12 years now. And funnily enough, it so happened that although he's a core technical developer and I'm more of a product management operations kind of role, we ended up working most of our career on the same kind of technology, AI and blockchain, the intersection of that. And yeah, we started discussing on what the problems are, and as we delved into it as part-time traders as well, we figured a lot of things. Yeah, it's not very streamlined. There's a lot of data out there, right? In the blockchain space, it's all about data, and it's publicly available data, as they say, but most of it renders useless. It's not consumable by the actors in the space. So we figured the gap there, and what Arcus intelligence technically is a intelligence layer on top of the blockchain, all of the blockchain, so you can make sense of the data that lies underneath there. So that's where we come in as Arcus intelligence.
Right. So, Arcus Intelligence, what are your top goals for this year? What do you want to accomplish with that one?
So, so the we figured that the quickest way to showcase the possibilities of the intelligence layer, because if you can imagine, it's an infrastructure. Yeah, the capabilities of the infrastructure as a whole is humongous. So what we figured is that first identify the ones who can benefit the most from the type of data that lies underneath there, which are traders, yeah, crypto traders in particular. uh, And from there, we figured what is the quickest way that we can service them to showcase the capabilities of the intelligence layer, and that is through AI agents. So the agents work with the traders as their personal assistant to deliver the power of the underlying data for sound decision making and implementation. So that's our goal, to get out there to these traders, help them make sound decisions and automated executions for their trades, possibly increase their win rate, because that's at the end of the day their one of their major goals. So doing that, so we are currently in beta testing. We have the first version of our tool ready. So one of the major goals is to get this out there. We The second goal is definitely to launch our own token, because we can deliver the services through the utility tokens that we have. So that is another goal. And yeah, I think the third goal has to be to benefit as many traders and users of the intelligence layer as much as we can.
Right. And at what step of the journey are you in? Did you launch? You have clients? How many?
Yeah, we are, like I said, we are in the beta testing phase. So we have upwards of 50 testers, 50 traders currently testing and using the tool. That's where we are at. We are aiming for a full-blown launch inside the next month and a half, at max 2 months. That's what we are looking at.
Right. And what kind of returns would they see, and what are their alternatives to your software?
Uh, so yeah, I would not. I don't think that it's fair to comment on like a percentage on the returns, but it definitely will be better, help them get better at their craft than they are today. That's for sure. Because again, it's sound decision making, and it's not just that, right? So the advantage of having, so why AI agents, I'll get a little bit behind that as well. So technically AI agents have the capability to take it one step further, rather than just informing you what to do. Given the right capabilities and given the right setup, they can go on executing stuff for you as well, especially in the crypto space where your logins are wallet related. Yeah, so you connect your wallet to the agent has access to your wallet, and given the permissions, they can end up executing strategies if you give them an okay on it. So we want to make that whole process seamless for a trader. So if you think about a trader lifecycle, right from pre-trading session to the trading session where they actually set up their strategies, take the trades, and the post-trading session where they record their data, analyze how it went, and have setups for the next session. Aarkus intelligence through the AI agent can get into the entire trade lifecycle, making it entirely seamless. Because today there have to be multiple platforms that you have to jump across to get the whole thing done. We can come in at the beginning pre-trade session for analysis, for setups, during the trading session to set the strategies up and get them executed as well. And then post-trading session, because again, all of this is data-driven. It's all stored. It's all automated. The tracking of the trades, the um, moves on the blockchain, all tracked and stored. So analysis of your performance and setups for the next trade, all made seamless. That's the idea.
Right. So what would be the steps for someone to trust your platform, especially have an agent execute trade on them? What kind of track record would you have to show them? And also, would it be to start just with a chat bot, for example? They execute the trade and eventually they go like full agentic, because
Yes,
yeah, an agent could also like make pretty bad decisions depending on how it's prompted. So and also, if you
absolutely.
could comment on the regulatory frameworks around that, like would most governments around the world allow this?
That's the perfect way to put it, Charles. So today, the tool has the capability to tell you what to do, and it leaves it up to you. It says at the end that do your own research, check this out, test the strategy out, and take a trade only if you feel like it sits well. So that is exactly the way we go about it today. We do not give the execution capabilities because we are a few steps away from it. I would not lie about the fact that we have just set up the tool, and the reinforcement learning works in a way where the more it sees, the more it learns. So the agent is quite in a baby stage now. Yeah, the AI behind it is quite in a baby stage now, but it will learn and grow pretty quickly. at that. So until that happens, until we get good feedback from the users that the suggestions and the inputs they are getting from the agent has helped them get trades winning rate as much as they would like, the execution bit would not come in definitely. So that's exactly how we are going about it. For the regulations, so again, because it's the crypto space, and that is why I think AI agents are taking off at a higher pace and rate in the crypto industry than other industries out there. So AI agents is not a concept that is restricted to the crypto space. AI agents have been around, and AI agents have good amount of applications in industries other than crypto as well. But yes, there they are more regulated. So if you talk about an AI agent that manages your bank account, that's a very different game. That's a very regulated space as well. So that I'm of the opinion that is will come only after a lot of regulation. But in the crypto space, you are responsible for your wallet, the decentralization bit, right, where you do not hold a centralized entity to regulate stuff around, and that is where you can play around with this. So uh, of course, if it grows big enough that a lot of capital is being invested and the economies get involved, there may be regulations that come in definitely, because like now we see, right, the White House Crypto Summit might be happening as we speak, and regulations are coming into play in the mainstream crypto. But for this space, the AI crypto AI space, I think it's about letting it play out and then see how regulations might fit in.
Right. And how would you monetize that? Like, do you take a percentage of the gains? Is that how it works, or is it more of a SaaS model?
It's a little bit of a mix of both. So since we have the token launching, it's a utility token, so it's a token gated model as well. But how we envision it is there has to be. So again, we believe there are tools out there, like you mentioned about the other tools out there. There are AI agents who do similar, albeit not exactly the same, but similar stuff out there. But the price to get to those agents is quite high, I would say. So there's a barrier to entry there for the larger audience, and we really believe that these are functionalities, and this is information that everybody should have access to, at least at some level. So we would not make it. We would like to keep the barrier to entry as low as possible. So the first thing, the most basic features of the tool should be available at a low per month cost, where you get a feel and understanding of how the tool is working, about how what kind of inputs is giving, gives you the leeway to experiment and figure out whether it is something that you want to delve deeper into. Once you feel comfortable with that, then is where the token gating comes in, where you stake a certain amount of tokens to get access to different kinds of features. So the more tokens you stake, the more amount of features you get access to, so on and so forth. That is the immediate next step. For a percentage, again, until the automation comes in, there is no execution, so there is no question of a percentage coming in. But that's for a little later, I would say, when the execution bit comes in.
Right. Okay, that's quite interesting. How do you get your clients? What GTM methods do you use? How do you attract them to what you're offering?
So we have tied up with a few KOLs, and again, in this space, it's all about community and people who drive those communities. So we've got a few KOLs on board who have brought us our first set of beta testers. We are actively in conversations with a few more KOLs to be able to grow that community into a group of ardent users. So that's the main GTM strategy. Again, it's no secret that X, Twitter is the space where, again, communities start brewing. So our main GTM strategy has been that, getting in line with KOLs, in line with industry leaders in the Web3 space from token and AI space. We've been fairly strong with our core team, where we have a, a trader and a KOL himself on the core team. So we have been developing the tool by and with his inputs at the beginning, and now again we have like a community of 50 traders giving us feedback for that. So we've been strong in that sense.
Right. What are you seeing with the Trump administration currently with their bullishness on crypto? Do you think that they'll have Bitcoin as a reserve. What do you think would happen the next couple of years, and what would that have as an effect on Bitcoin price and crypto as an industry? Do you think we're about to enter the Renaissance age in the crypto realm?
Yeah, definitely. I think if I'm not wrong, the Bitcoin strategic reserve was already signed just earlier today or just late yesterday. There's a White House crypto summit happening. So the institutions have been very bullish on this. The funny part, we were just having a conversation between the core team this morning, and we said the retail traders and retail investors till today, the retail market as a whole was always of the opinion that institutions and institutions should step in, member states should take a stand, countries should take a stand, all of that good stuff. Now that that bit is happening, institutions, countries are very bullish. Retail is kind of testing the waters, right? I wouldn't say bearish. That would be too extreme, but again, they're more cautious now. But yeah, I mean, going how US leading the whole ground with the crypto is a very big thing. China follows suit, right? We've been hearing about China having closed doors conversation for strategic reserves for Bitcoin and other tokens as well. So yeah, I think this is the pathway to mainstream adoption. Although, albeit like 4 to 5% of the total world today holds crypto. With these kind of moves, I definitely see slow but steady mainstream adoption over the next couple of years for sure. One other thing that I've noticed is that the general awareness about tokens and how they work has gone up. So utility tokens have gotten way more mind share of late. The AI crypto narrative has been huge. Although the market has been wobbling, right now it's all down, but there was a good point until when AI crypto narrative was holding the mind share very strongly. So people understand that the tokens can bring value. It's not just something that you trade in or make money off of. You can literally work with those tokens to be able to contribute to projects, and those are that will fly. Again, that's my opinion.
Right. And do you think with the market of AI agent traders, do you think that one player would get ahead really quickly, or do you think the market would equilibrate itself very quickly as well, and that player wouldn't be like the winner takes all, crashes the economy instantly?
Yeah, I believe that it'll catch up pretty soon. Although there will be tools that will take off really quickly. I think more than the first mover advantage in this space, it's about who gets the audience what they're looking for. Because automation is a tricky game, right? It's a double-edged sword. You can automate anything and everything you want, but it has to solve a problem that needs solving. So until it's not about getting out there really quickly or giving a lot of features. We really believe that it's about tapping into the right pain point. And yeah, I think that this will keep happening. Of course, there will be tools or projects that come out on top, stay on top for a bit until someone else comes up with a better feature. So I think that's good, healthy for the space as well. You keep each other on your toes to be able to deliver the best solution out there, and I think that's how it should be.
Love that. Rahul, where can we find out more about you?
I'm available on LinkedIn. I'm there on Twitter. We have our project called Aarkus, Aarkus. Aarkus at Aarkus is our Twitter handle. Our DeFi agent, so our AI agent that I was talking about, we have given it a name as well. It's called Agent Dex. So we can look for 0x_Agent Dex on Twitter as well. Yeah, we are about to launch really soon. So it's all whatever we are doing now, every step that we take is in anticipation and in setup for that launch. So yeah, looking forward to just hitting the market and again helping traders get to their aims really quickly.
I was